Yo! So today on this very fine Sunday evening, I've decided today we talk about a character who goes underlooked every single time. A character who should show up more and talks of who the biggest menaces are in anime history. Someone who just doesn't get enough credit for who they are. A true demon. Today, I introduce you to Accelerator, Academy City's #1 demon. Wait though. One last thing before we get started.
I'm going to be spoiling seasons 1 and 2 for this show. So if you haven't seen it, then that's on you, bro. This show came out a minute ago, bro. Accelerator's story started off with him being a not so normal kid.
He grew up in a horrible place called the Power Curriculum Program,
which basically takes children who have been abandoned by their parents and doing a bunch of experiments on them to make them become espers. Accelerator as a child fell in line with this system and slowly developed the powers of vector manipulation. At his time there, he experienced severe trauma, which led him to forget his own name. As the scientists realized his power was too much for them to handle, he was bounced around from facility to facility.
Now, I know this segment is supposed to be focused on me explaining exactly who Accelerator is, but yo, can we really just take a second and peep what I just said though? This man has been put through the worst of the worst. I could not even imagine myself wishing this on my worst enemy. From the time bro could basically conceptualize thoughts, he was already being used as a lab rat.
It was really when he was around Kihara Amada, a man who helped Accelerator develop his abilities and influence his crash-out-like behavior we see in the present.
It was only when Accelerator got to Academy City, things in his life started to slow down. Not because of circumstance, but because of his own personal choice. He did this to avoid any more troubles he could possibly experience while being in this new city. Hey, and all I'm saying is, when you leave a man alone like that who's been in the position he's been in his entire life, the results are always going to be negative. But that's enough of his backstory. Now it's time we understand why he is considered Academy City's #1. They waste no time introducing the GOAT. The first time we ever see bro do something crazy is in episode 11, and this is where he truly makes his mark. We see Accelerator hunting some girl down in a very shady back alley. Like, yo, you can just tell nothing positive is gonna come from this. And y'all are probably like, why is he chasing after this little girl in a back alley? But we're gonna get to that later on. She low-key does the most sensible thing. She wastes no time upping pole on bro. I don't blame her, cause I would've did the same thing. But if you know, you know. And for those of you who don't, let me just show you real quick. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. He just deflected that bullet. And you're probably asking,
how? Hold on, bro. How?
If you were paying attention earlier, that is one of the many things vector manipulation allows him to do. And this is just so crazy. Anything she tries just bounces off of him. At this point, there's nothing she can do. He hasn't even laid a hand on her, and she's already on the verge of death. Y'all didn't hear me stutter. I said death. Yo, and then, oh my god, just peep this sinister grin. And all it took was for him to place his finger on her open wound, and not a single ounce of life left in her eyes. Man, you really can't make this up. Can we get a moment of silence, please? Yeah, this is just, oh man, this is so crazy.
Yo!
Like, how could he ever do something like that? Who is that making all that noise?
She's a clone.
What? She's a what now?
She's a clone.
Oh, I almost forgot. Which is right on track for what's next in the video. We get a slight context drop. And basically, we find out essentially 20,000 sisters have been created, all in an attempt to make a level 6 Esper, which by the way isn't even 100% foolproof. Who in their right mind comes up with an idea like this? But anyway, prepare yourselves because it is time. We see Accelerator chilling at Academy City's railway cargo yard, and all of a sudden we see the clone pop up. They start talking for a little bit, but yo, I really want you to hear what Accelerator has to say.
My life is more important to me than anything else in the world. which is why my desire for greater power will never dissipate or diminish. So it doesn't matter if I've killed 10 or 10,000 in this experiment. As long as I'm getting stronger, your deaths are nothing to me. I'll laugh away each kill. The power I'm after goes a step beyond that. I don't want people thinking that fighting me would be an interesting challenge. I want the very idea of going up against me to be unthinkable, something that nobody would dare.
Like, bro, he is dead serious. He said he wants to be at the top. Unrivaled existence. One of one equal to none. But Clone Mikasa just doesn't care what he has to say. So Accelerator is done talking. If you're not ready for action, then this isn't the right video for you. So the fight starts, and a little bit into it, Mikasa's already running away in, I guess, some sort of strategic manner. But Accelerator isn't no part random. Running away ain't gonna work. And of course she catches up, and as she lays at Accelerator's feet, ready to accept her fate, hearing them saxophones,
Oh my God, my Shayla.
Toma pulls up to the yard, and you know this will not be a proper battle shonen if the MC didn't show up. You're probably asking how and why bro is even here in the first place. Well, the original Mikasa earlier in the season befriended him and called Toma up to her dorm room so they can talk. But because he's early and she's not there, he ends up waiting on her in the dorm room. And as he's chilling with Mikasa's roommate, she remembers that dorm room inspections were happening soon. So Toma hides under the bed and sees a teddy bear with the zipper open with the message inside. Toma finds out there's a scheduled fight between one of the Misaka clones and a very specific guy, and that Mikasa was lying about wanting to talk to him. So a hop, skip, and a fight, an argument between the real Mikasa and Toma later, and now we're back. And Accelerator, being Accelerator, started talking crazy.
Hey, what's the big idea? You inviting members of the public to our testing sites now? Well, damn. This is irritating. I didn't budget any time for silencing outsiders who discovered our secret.
Toma wasn't going for none of it. Told bro straight up,
Stop talking and move. Why the hell are you still standing there? I thought I told you to get away from her, you damn loser!
and Accelerator, not liking the way Toma's talking, ends up kicking a rock at him, but he missed. But real quick, look at what a kicked rock does to a single tower.
Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me.
Toma, knowing he can't back away from this fight, begins walking towards Accelerator.
3, 2, 1, go!
And I'm not gonna lie, as tough as bro was walking up, it ain't looking so hot right now.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
So Toma's back ends up being put against the wall, and bro is completely shocked. As Accelerator is going for the finishing blow, Toma puts his hand up, and everything just pauses. Now, to explain what just happened, Toma has this ability called Imagine Breaker, which is one of the most broken abilities in all of anime. His right hand acts as something that can nullify anything. I didn't stutter, I said anything. And when Accelerator realizes there's someone who exists with a power just as strong as his, he loses it. But this is only the start of the madness. During the fight, the shipping containers in the cargo yard have been producing dust all around. And, you know, Accelerator's low-key a fake nerd. So bro ends up mixing the air with the dust and causes a huge explosion. Like, what is happening? And don't even get me started on what he has to say after exploding the air with the dust.
Next time I try something like that, I need to remember not to put myself in the middle of it. I seriously thought I was gonna die there. You should be thrilled. You accomplished something nobody else in the world has before. Can't believe you drove me to the point where I damn near got myself killed.
Like, he's a monster. And so the fight continues. Accelerator comes charging in. Toma, not backing down, gives Accelerator a mean right uppercut and sends bro flying. Yo, and dog, this gotta be about the funniest thing I've seen in anime in a minute. Toma goes on a flurry of punches and only ends up using his right hand.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back!
Then Accelerator throws Toma up in the air, lobbing Toma right back down to earth, just for Toma to land a punch with what you guessed, his right hand. But this is only the start of the madness. Accelerator gets up, but yo, listen to this noise dude just made really quick. What am I listening to? As this happens, Accelerator starts charging up an attack. But before Bro can pop ult, Mikasa and multiple clones come out of nowhere to change the direction of the wind turbines. During this, Toma regains a little bit of his strength and gets back on his feet. Accelerator comes charging in. Toma ducks under, deflects his punch, and hits a nasty right hook to put Bro in his back. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Accelerator versus Toma fight. This man Accelerator has put on display exactly the kind of person he is, but this video is far from over. Let me know if y'all want that part 2, man, but for now, I'm gone.